Sam, off the back of an unbeaten run of 6 matches, you've got Chepstow this weekend. What are your initial thoughts going into the fixture?
I'm looking forward to football again at the moment. It's the games can't come quick enough for us when we're on a bit of rich vein of form. So for me, it's a game I'm looking forward to. A team that I think this is going to be more of a challenge to us than Blenavon at home, if I'm honest with you. I know Blenavon had the unbeaten run, but Chepstow, really difficult opposition, especially at their place. We haven't beaten them for a long time, but obviously things are different now for us. We're on a high, so I'm looking forward to the game on the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the game against Blenavon. What sort of things do you want to take from that game, and what do you want to improve on from that game?
I'd like to take the resilience from it and the fact of how we were resilient in our defensive approach. We were resilient in terms of we stuck to the way we wanted to play and the principles of what we wanted to stick to and everything that Ewan had worked on with the team. So I want to stick to what we do well as much as we can. It's easier said than done. You set the tactics out and you say to the boys, this is what we want to do. But, other teams and pitches and everything else kind of can lead to this not happening. So yeah, we just need to kind of take away what we've done well, what we're doing well, and stick to the plan as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably in the position now where you can begin to look up from the table, but you're certainly not safe. What's your attitude going into sort of the rest of this campaign now?
That's a good question because really I'm strangely still looking down. I'm always looking at kind of the two below us and who we can rein in and who we can catch, obviously. So it's like both sides. But for me, it's the fact that they've got games in hand below us. So technically, we could still be bottom of the league in the sense of if we don't carry on in what we're doing. So I look at the table, but also focus just purely on us as a team. And if we can hit a points target that we've set and we can get points wherever possible, then nothing else really matters. It's irrelevant of what the other teams do. So yeah, I just need to take the rest of the season now as we've been doing. Can we be hard to beat like we've been recently? Can we keep putting in the performances that we're doing? And can we mainly pick up points when we're not playing well, which is what we've done over the last few weeks?
Yeah, Jordan mentioned in our chat earlier this week that Chepstow is a hard, tough place to go. Can you recount any sort of the memories you have of going there and the way that you think you can overcome them?
Yeah, so I think it's six or seven fixtures against them since I've been here, and we haven't won one. Because they're a team who are resilient, dogged, work well as a team, play their pitch very well, but not just their pitch. They've beat us at our pitch. And then when we've had draws, they've kind of dug in, and I think they've given us a 4-0 hammering once when we had a really strong team out. So for me personally, I haven't got the better of this team. And when we say how, it's playing their pitch better than them. We need to stick to what we do well, like I've said, but their pitch, like Jordan mentioned as well, is totally different to ours. It's the total opposite, and we need to adapt. And one game that we couldn't adapt to well was Croeso where we didn't adapt to their pitch, and we didn't adapt to playing there like we should have done. So we need to become better as a team in doing so, and that's what we'll be working on. So there are a few plans, but again, we're limited by the fact of we've got to make forced changes this week for the boys being away.
Yeah, onto that. What's the news with availability this week?
Missing a few. We've got Martin back from his suspension, which is great news. But for him, I've stuck with it. We're not changing a winning team, so he might have to sit on the bench. I don't know yet. We'll see what changes are there, but he might have to. But he's just one that's back to strengthen the squad no matter what. And then we've got a couple of players missing. I think we've got Ben Tegg, who came in at right back, is unavailable. James Hill is away. So yeah, we've got a few away, and we need a few boys to kind of step in now and see how good the squad depth is at the moment.
Yeah, and that's something again that Jordan mentioned as well was the new players coming in is not only help the team on the pitch but also off it and the attitude. Have you seen sort of a shift in the mentality of the boys since this winning run has started, or what the unbeaten run has started?
Yeah, definitely. not just saying that either. Training's it's like a whole new club of training. Numbers 25, I think we haven't dropped below 23. But it's the intensity of training, it's the work rate, it's the demand from each other as well as us as management. The players are demanding more from each other. The levels, the best levels I've seen in terms of training. There's been some fallouts. There's been people that aren't expecting average or anything less than 100%. So I think the boys are they made it so it's not that we fear losing or we kind of aren't expecting to win games. Everything is like we're expecting a win and nothing else. But that's coming from the players. The players are demanding it from themselves, let alone the fact of losing is kind of like it's not even something that comes into thought. It's like, as long as they keep this up, the players are feeling that they're kind of in this position of where they can't lose a game of football. But they're not stupid, and they realise that if their levels drop, or same as management, if we don't concentrate for a full game at this level, like the Croydon game, you might play well for a certain period of time, but if you let a team stay in the game at this level, anyone can score and anyone can beat anyone. So yeah, they're demanding a lot from themselves as we are from a management team, but it's like a whole new club at the moment.
Yeah, and finally, how do you see the game going on the weekend, and what results would you expect?
I don't know. I don't know. I said before Blenheim, I said no management. I felt like we were going to win the game. I had a strange confidence that we were going to beat them, mainly because at home I do feel we can beat anyone. With Chepstow, I'm not even just saying this. I'm 50-50 on it. I really can't see the way this game's going to go at all. Obviously, we've done as much prep as we can, and you go into it being confident. But I think either team can win this game, and then you'd say, right, if I'm going to sit on the fence, you'd say a draw. But I don't want to accept anything less than 3 points right now.